The boy discovered that whenever someone in the village got married, the woman had to enter the ancestral hall alone with her father, who was the village chief. Before entering the ancestral hall, a woman was not allowed to have had intercourse with her husband. The father falsely claimed that the ancestors needed to examine the women to determine if they were suitable for marriage. When the women emerged from the ancestral hall, each one had a rosy complexion and looked radiant. This made the boy increasingly curious about the mysterious hall. Time flew by until the boy's 20th birthday. He also brought home a beautiful girlfriend. Just when he thought everything was going smoothly and he could marry his girlfriend suddenly rushed out in disheveled clothes without giving him a chance to react. She slapped him. Then she angrily broke up with him. She said she never wanted to see him again. The young man was left stunned and confused. He asked his father what had happened inside the hall. Did the ancestors disapprove of his girlfriend? His father said it was all his own fault because he had been unlucky since birth, so the ancestors would not permit him to marry. The young man refused to accept this and felt resentful. He was not willing to go through life without a wife. 10 years passed. During that time, he brought home several more girlfriends in succession, but they all ended in failure. Now he was about to turn 30. He decided to make one final attempt before going to the ancestral hall. His new girlfriend promised that no matter what happened, she would never stop loving him, but she had only been inside for a short while when strange noises began to come from the hall. Just as the young man was about to rush in and investigate, he was suddenly pushed to the ground by his girlfriend. She gave him no chance to react and pulled out her hairpin and stabbed at him. She murmured continuously that killing him would be a service to the people. The young man shoved her away with all his strength. At that moment, his father strolled out without hurry. Faced with his son's questioning, the father again tried to brush him off, citing his bad luck. But this time the young man no longer believed him. He prepared to enter the hall himself to see what was really going on. Instead, his father slapped him hard. The other villagers saw this and began pointing fingers at him. They believed he was an unlucky person and that he should not bring girlfriends home to bring bad luck to the family. The young man couldn't understand why everyone harbored such hostility toward him. That night, the young man collapsed in front of the hall. His friend hurried over. The young man saw that his friend still cared for him as always. A wave of warmth instantly watched over him, but just as they were preparing to leave, his father, accompanied by a large group of villagers, blocked their way. They would not let them leave under any circumstances. As the villagers closed in, the young man realized that his father's target was only him. He told his friend to go first to report to the authorities and rescue him. After his friend escaped, he was thoroughly beaten by his father. By the next morning, the young man, not unconscious, woke up in a room. He saw his father approaching again with hypocritical concern. When his father offered him a steamed bun, the young man knocked it out of his hand. He then demanded to know why, even though he was his biological son, he treated his adopted son better than him. Faced with his son's incessant questioning, his father dropped the act. He claimed that his near survival was the greatest blessing from their ancestors. At that moment, his friend arrived with the inspectors just in time. When the inspectors inquired about the strange events in the hall, the father said that the whole truth lay inside the hall. He insisted that only the female inspector could enter the hall and that male inspectors could not. He warned that if the rules were broken, the ancestors would punish them.